What's up, everybody? Oh, there, we did it again.
Okay, I can't stand this guy. I'm Nikki Trends.
And I'm Manny Oso.
And we are Bubble Bath Stories. And we have a wonderful guest with us this day.
This day.
It was
this day.
I fumbled that.
Today, depending on
today. Special guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. I'm Penny. I have a podcast called Libyan Nights. I'm excited to meet you guys.
And we're excited to have you on here too.
Yes, because you've heard the podcast.
Yes.
Boy, okay. Does your mom listen to your podcast?
Nah, absolutely not. I don't think she knows half of the shit that I say or do. She just calls me crazy.
If you're out there and get a chance to listen, NSFW.
Oh yeah, definitely don't listen to it in your cubicle at your work or like real office.
But give it a listen. It's a pretty interesting show.
But for those who haven't taken a listen to it, tell us all about it. Like how you came up with the name Libyan Nights and the concept and all of that.
That's funny. I was thinking about this the other day because this whole Libyan Nights, this idea of Libyan Nights kind of came about like ages ago. And I was like, yo, I need to talk about shit because I'm always talking with my bitches about shit. Like, I'm like, all right. I'm like, but we're always talking about sex or like body parts, body fluids. And I'm like, all right. So I got to think about something. And I don't know. I was thinking something with vagina. And I'm like, it can't be the vagina monologues, obviously. And I'm like, it can be pussy. Like, it can't be that forward. So I was like, okay, labias. And this will be a night show. So I don't know, somehow Libyan Nights and that's just kind of like, that's what happened.
No, it's cool because, Arabian Nights is actually about a bunch of thieves and like a bunch of not bad, but like, the other culture,
Yeah.
So there you go. That's kind of what you got going on.
Look at that. I didn't even know
that.
Don't
mansplain Libyan.
No, I thought it worked out. I don't know if she knows it actually really works.
Yay, that was by accident.
So as we were doing research for the show, we listened to episodes of your podcast, and we also listened to an interview that you did. I don't know if it was recently on a podcast called How Do I Explain This Shit to My Mom?
Oh, yeah, that was an interesting podcast show.
Super interesting. Because also the host of that show, her mom was actually in the podcast because she was like, "Oh, are you hungry?"
That's right. Yeah. I do remember that.
But you did this podcast, you did this interview, and you talk about how you were married.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
So we have one friend in Super Common, Danielle, who you guys at home know because she's been on the show before. But you and I have never met. But you're also from Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a New Yorker who lived in Florida and then came back because Florida.
That's
right.
All of us. Don't worry about it. And so when I was listening to that and I heard that you were married, I was like, what the fudge nuggets? I was like, what? She's married? Oh my God. So the first question that came to thought was the topic of sex is super important into your show. Mm-hmm. Was there ever, I guess, the stereotype of once you get married, you stop having sex? Is that like something that's a real thing? Is that a real rumor? Or is that...
in my experience, yes.
Yeah.
Don't.
No, but I do hear that as well.
I mean,
what do you think is the cause?
I don't know. We were together for 13 years, and I met him when I was 17 and 18, and there was like a lot of lack of communication when it came to sex because 17, 18-year-old Penny thought or didn't know I was still not aware of my sexuality in that way or was shameful about certain things.
Right.
And then it was hard for me then to talk to him about it. And then that just kind of caused like more separation as far as sexually between the both of us, for me, for sure. And then it just became like the normal, like maybe once a week kind of situation. And then I realized, oh shit, I'm a hornball.
Was it like always the same thing though?
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Gotta switch it up.
The same thing since 17?
Just about.
Just like
Wow.
an adult version of it.
Which is crazy because between like 17 and 21, that's when you're exploring, right? And you
Exactly.
didn't get to
So
do it.
yeah, I didn't get to do any of it. So
Are
now
you?
I'm out here in
Yeah.
the streets being crazy.
Because it's funny. It's funny when you listen to your introductions to the episode. You're always like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna talk about butt stuff."
Yeah.
And that's
Oh
where
yeah.
I had to lower the volume. Like, I can listen to this on my break.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do not listen to that with people around unless y'all want it. Yeah, it's crazy. No children
So,
either.
so obviously, for a lot of people, sex is a very important thing, especially in a relationship. How did you like? How did your marriage, I guess, influence your your sex positive desire to just like know what you want, explore, figure it out, as opposed to kind of maybe not being in the marriage, but kind of still living your sex life the same way.
Yeah. I mean, I think the lack of sex helps, like I was like it triggered something in my brain to I think I was just always hypersexual, period.
Mhm.
And I never got the ability to explore that with my partner.
Right.
So I guess the lack of it and then us breaking up and then thank God for like stuff like Tinder and all this freaking apps, I got the opportunity to meet men who just want to have sex, and I have no intention of being in a relationship because I just got off a relationship.
Right.
So
Yeah.
now I have this opportunity sort of to have sex with and experiment sex with men or people and not give a fuck about not that I'm not caring about them, but especially
Right.
for men, with me and men, I'm just like I'm here for the business.
Right.
All
You're
right.
not. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
wham bam. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Would you say you're the only person in your friend group that is like open about it like this? Because honestly,
No,
usually
yeah, no.
like I think it's cool that that you're not ashamed to talk about it.
See, you know
It's
what?
super cool.
You know
Plenty of
what
people are
happens? I
ashamed of
think
it.
they are, and I think because I'm open about it, then it helps other people open about it themselves. So
Yeah.
like I have people come to me for advice. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not a sex expert. I'm just out here having sex.
Yeah, I'm not an expert. I want to know
I'm
just as much
not.
as you do.
Yeah, I'm just out here learning too. You tell me what's going on with your sex life.
Right.
So,
So
you
you
know,
mentioned you're all these apps. You're on Tinder, Bumble, all of it, right? Farmers
oh yeah.
Only, J Love, all
Farmers
of it.
only.
Ooh, I should do that one.
Hey,
Where
you don't know what they're gonna be into
Yeah.
where is the furthest you would travel
for a partner.
for
Um.
mediocre sex? Because
Well.
if you're meeting these guys online, let's say you're having sex with them, there is like a high likelihood it's gonna be basura.
Always.
Basura,
I
basura, basura.
I can tell
But
you it's always basura.
you kind of have
Oh
to
wow.
weigh. You kind of have to weigh, right? Like, ooh, this could be good though,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Right. So, where's the furthest you would go?
The furthest I would go, I mean, the furthest I've gone has been New Jersey. I
Wait, okay, but
know.
like,
From the Bronx or
Yeah, from the Bronx.
yeah.
I've gone from New
what?
Jersey. From here to
That's like a
fucking New
good like
Jersey.
hour and a half.
What part of? Wait, well, it depends. What part of Jersey?
North Bergen, like that's like a little. That's like that piece of New Jersey. That's like New York. That like it's not like you know
Yeah,
what I'm
like
talking
it's right
about.
through the tunnel.
Yeah, yeah. Like the Lincoln Tunnel is like right
Yeah,
there.
that's
Yeah,
a whole nother state. Like I know we technically related, but that's
but
a
we're
whole
not.
nother state.
Okay, they do that surcharge on Uber for the freaking toll.
How much is that
You know,
total? That's like a
I think.
$40 hookup.
Yeah, I mean, I think each ride was like. I mean, we will split it because this. And the funny thing is that this guy was so mediocre, but he was like my regular. Like it was.
Did he didn't give you a discount? Was it like for the 10th visitation? I'll like pay for your Uber.
The last time we messed around, I was like, I ain't paying for no Uber, so you're paying for it. He's like, all right, cool. I'm like, bet.
All right,
I'm in
I got
there.
a question. I got a question. Since you were using these apps, were any of the apps in particular always a hit or always a miss, or was there an app where you're like, all right, you know what, I'm desperate tonight, I'm going to the Farmers Only today?
Tinder always came through. Tinder comes through.
Yeah.
If I need that D right now, I'm gonna find it on Tinder. But I also feel like for us women, it's not really that hard. If you just put yourself out there like, yo, I'm here for this,
Yeah.
this, this, they're like, oh shoot, yes. They're so
See,
quick to be like, oh.
because like I miss the Tinder bus is the thing. Because when I moved, when Tinder first started coming around, the phone number that I got was a recycled phone number.
Oh,
And that phone number was
whoa.
banned off of Tinder from whoever previously had it.
What an
So
interesting
when
twist.
Tinder first came around, I could not get on it because I had a phone number that apparently some dude did something to somebody. I don't know.
Wow, that's
And so like it
amazing.
took years and years and years for it to finally like get zeroed out or something. But I was already dating someone at the time, so I missed the whole Tinder thing.
Did you guys not meet you guys met in the natural way, like?
Yeah, we met the natural way, like God intended.
Right. They're from high school in Florida.
Oh, okay, beautiful. Yeah. Okay, got it.
But the thing is, like, while I wasn't allowed to be on Tinder, Bumble came around, and I tried Bumble, but everybody on Bumble was just looking for friendship.
Yeah, I haven't used Bumble, but that whole like I have to initiate it first.
Let me tell you about
Bumble. Get the fuck out of here.
Let me tell you about Bumble, okay?
Yeah.
First of all, I had Tinder for all of 2 days before I got solicited hard, and I was like, "No, I'm not ready. Yeah. God, why? Yeah. What is this?" Deleted it. Then I heard about Bumble, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool. Like, I'm gonna get to make the first move." But nobody made a move back, and like I lost it. There was like this huge ass rant that I put on Bumble, and I remember before we started dating, we were like, "We're gonna
help each other's profiles."
Yeah, we're gonna see what's up.
Oh wow, yeah.
He looked at all my pictures and was like, "Absolutely not.
Like,
I can
tell."
I was like, "Oh my God."
Well, what was wrong with them?
There was one picture because
she was trying to be funny and goofy.
Yeah, I was trying to be funny. I had aluminum foil on my hat.
Yeah.
Like
I love that.
And he.
But I was trying to tell her how
I got shut the fuck down.
Like in a group of friends, guys aren't even looking at that. I was telling her how, like, a lot of guys, like, they sit in a circle, have a conversation, and just swipe, and they're not even looking at what they're swiping. They're not looking at the picture. They're just waiting to get matches.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And so she's over here putting all that on. They're not gonna look at that unless she matches them.
I don't put a bio. I just put pictures of. I will put like a funny, haha, look at me, Penny, and then like, and then that's Penny.
What was did you try Plenty of Fish? Because that's all based on emailing back, right?
Oh no, I've only done Tinder, OkCupid, and Hinge. And Hinge is like too much. People want to be my boyfriend. I'm like, I'm good. I ain't trying to do no thing.
I mean, Hinge has a really good marketing strategy about like we want you to delete. I was like, oh my God, that is fascinating. That is
right.
Right.
All right, that's funny. No. Okay, so you lived in Tampa for a while, right?
Yeah.
I find that interesting. I'm from Tampa myself, and I was listening to your interview with the stripper that you had. I forget her name.
Sister.
Your sister. I forget her name.
My sister. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I introduced her as Kiki or Priscilla, but
Kiki, Priscilla, whatever her name is. Her stripper name, or either which way. I found it as an interesting conversation because I actually did a lot of research when it came to Tampa and their strip club history.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys talked about any of that?
I mean, we talked about like the lifestyle or her lifestyle and like the pimp game that happens and like tricking and all that stuff that happens like in backstage.
It just brought back a lot of memories because the thing is, I actually lived in an area that was close to a lot of the strip clubs.
Where, like Ybor area?
No, Dale Mabry, where Joe Render, Joe Render owned Mons Venus. He did a lot of the history. It just brought back these memories of that. Do you know anything about the 6-foot rule that Tampa had?
No.
This is not anything to do with the flu. So a while ago, Tampa was trying to fight against prostitution and STDs. So it wasn't really that. They were just a bunch of conservative groups that were trying to get rid of strip clubs. So they were masquerading as that. And they came up with this ordinance. It was called the 6-foot rule, where strippers had to be 6 feet away from patrons. And it was just a huge thing because this guy, Joe Render, he fought against it so much to get rid of it in Tampa because it was hurting the money.
Yeah,
nobody can make any money. How can you do a lap dance without it?
The more you know.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I know like the strip club like life is such a big thing in Florida, especially
It
Tampa.
is.
But yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It
Beautiful
is
thing.
a major money maker.
My first job in Tampa was at Cash and Carry, the one right next to Odyssey 2000, the one with
Oh
the
yeah.
rolled up
Yeah.
into work. I was like, look,
Oh.
it's a
So,
spaceship.
do you visit any strip clubs here in New York?
No, I honestly haven't. There's something that's not as I don't know. Like I don't know why I prefer or like the idea